Welcome back. We got a quad,
Not this again.
episode
Not this
4.
again. Come
No,
on.
no, ASMR, episode 4. It's your host with the most, Coco Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That was a mouthful. Joined by Dirty D. Hello, Dirt.
What up?
How you doing?
Shit, chilling. It's early over
Dude,
here
so I
in the
was,
West.
yeah. Did you eat anything when you woke up?
Nope, toothpaste.
What about me?
Oh, right. And our third guest, you're not a host anymore. You lost your privileges after you went back to
I was
playing
never a
Destiny.
host.
You were a co-host. What do you mean? Vladikins. Vlad, how you doing? Make some
Like
money
I'm
with it?
scrambling.
Scrambling?
I said like I'm scrambling.
Ooh, you don't want to say man. It's against the law in the United States.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't say that, right?
Yeah, it's okay. We'll bleep that out. Not really. I don't know how to do that. So what's up with you guys? It's Halloween week, man.
Yeah, chilling, man. Went and got the kids some costumes. Well, one of them.
What are the costumes?
Little one. Little kid wants to be Miles Morales for some reason.
Ooh,
I think because he's seen his older brother with that, so he's like, yeah, he wants that, but he don't want the cool one with the shorts and the hoodie. He just wants the superhero version of him, I guess.
yeah. Wait, so one's Miles Morales, was the other one?
He don't know. He's probably gonna. I don't know. He's like,
I'm
I don't know.
taking
I'm like, bro, I'm not going out of my way to find something that you suggest.
Fortnite character.
Yeah, you're gonna end up with whatever's on the rack.
You're gonna
at
be
Target.
default Call of Duty, guys.
Yep.
Just a gun. Oh my god.
Yep.
Lad, what are you gonna be as Halloween? As Halloween, cool.
Wow.
For Halloween.
As if we're not coordinating to be the same thing.
I know, but the problem is we have like a couple of days, and I'm just giving up hope, man. So
Why? We could just order. Or just... All right, we'll talk about it later.
no, I want to tell
talk
Derek.
about.
So we're planning to all be the same guy. A couple of our friends, we want to be Scream, just all of us in one costume.
Constantine texted me. It was like, "Hey, I have an idea." He's like, I don't really celebrate Halloween too often, but it was Constantine texted me. He was like, "Hey, I have an idea. Let's all dress up as the classic killers. You know, Michael Myers, Ghostface. You know, all those guys." And I said, "I have you a better idea. How about we all just dress up as Ghostface?"
Yeah.
All one
But,
guy.
We gonna get
Yeah.
the mask. They're somewhere out there.
That's
I mean, we could just find it.
You would
easily.
assume, right? But I went to one store with Vlad and our friend. Nothing was there. Just the most trash Halloween shit ever. And then they went to another store, and Vlad told me they didn't have anything either. So I don't know. I guess the only thing is to order online. But the problem is, it's like a couple days left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, but it was. I was
need to
looking at
do
the
it today,
price
probably.
yesterday. It was like $50. Nothing.
Just go there and all get the same
flex.
mask, whatever shitty mask it
$50.
is.
I just
No,
gambled
I
that
want it
much
to be
today.
nice.
Don't worry.
I want it to be nice. I want to have like a nice cloak and shit. You know, Anakin Skywalker type shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Are you gonna do anything for Halloween, Dirt? Or are you just gonna
I'm
twinkle
probably
tweet?
gonna go to my mom's house. She like to do shit for the kids. Well, she doesn't like to, but since the
She doesn't
pandemic
like to.
last year, we got, all the kids, my nephews and nieces went to my mom's house, and she got a jumper and made a little Halloween party for the kids because we couldn't trick or treat, and I don't think it's a good idea to trick or treat again this year. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna do the same thing.
Right.
Go
Okay.
there,
That's
let the kids wild out, in their costumes,
yeah. Well, I loved Halloween as a kid, man. I wish I could go back, but now I have to fucking spend it with Vlad and shit.
Yeah, Cooper.
So my fraudulent sons. The first topic I want to quickly, because I think it'll be a quick one. It's the remaining of this Dave Chappelle bullshit with the the employee walkout and the protests, and him saying that he's down to sit down with transgender LGBTQ representatives or whatever to talk. I don't know. I feel like it's getting a little ridiculous with this shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand. They want what for the special to be removed, but you're not canceling the guy. Okay, you'll remove his special, but like everyone has a platform now.
Yeah, I don't understand. I still don't understand what the outrage is from, where it's gone, especially when it's gone this far. Shit. Like I said, people have their opinion. You can't tell anybody what to be offended by. But it's like, damn, like you're really going this hard for what? Like for what? You're really gonna lose your job for what? Like let's really think about it. But hey, if they want to keep pushing it, it's cool that Chappelle's wants to He's down to sit with him and talk. Like, let's talk about it. What you guys want to? He wants to hear. I think he wants to hear why they're offended by it. Because honestly, I don't think he really knows. Like, I just told you a whole story about my friend, and all I said was facts. So
Well, the statement he released, because he was doing a comedy show with Joe Rogan, and on stage he said that he doesn't want people to get it twisted, that it's not about what he said, it's about like what he can and can't say. So it's like they just picked the narrative that, okay, he said something about the gay community, transgender community, so that's going to be the problem. But he's saying that it's deeper than that, that it's not even about what he says and who he says it to, but more of like they're trying to control what he can say in
just
general,
don't talk about
taking
trans people,
the
period.
power away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it was, I don't know, man. Media companies like CNN and all that shit, I feel like if you look at the numbers and shit like that, I mean, some CNN shows get like 100,000 views, up to 1 million, and then you have like podcasts like Joe Rogan's podcast that like millions of views. You know what I mean? It's just media isn't mainstream anymore. There's nobody like who's watching that shit anyway. Older people. That's it. But then I don't think that's who Dave Chappelle's trying to reach either way. He's not trying to reach this like white, older, American who's sitting watching CNN or whatever. I don't know. So
Yeah, I guess trying to reach those who will have influence later in the society.
yeah, like I said, I don't know. Just listening to the whole special, I have no idea what the outrage is about, because it feels like a lot of people didn't even like watch it. Like he didn't say anything that crazy. It was mainly about like putting a spotlight on the fact that the black community gets ignored, and the fact that their movement is going much better than that has been an issue for a long time. So I don't know, but
I got
it is what
his friend. Like, nobody talks about that. He was talking that he helped
It was
put her
a-
on stage and all that stuff. His transgender friend. I was
yeah,
like, that
powerful story.
Yeah, I feel like that was the main, you know what I mean, the main thing, just to kind of like let people know, like, yeah, I might say some jokes, like you would say jokes with your friends, but this is my friend too. You know what I mean? If I had a transgender friend, I'm sure I'd say some jokes about it too. You know what I mean? To him, you know what I mean, or her, or whoever the case.
I think
And we
it
would
comes
joke,
down.
and then if we're friends, you would understand. Like, you say fucking fucked up shit about Vlad all the time.
Yeah, and that's
You know
and
what I
that's what
mean?
that's what it comes down to. You can't tell people what they could be offended by, but then people
Exactly.
can't tell you what's funny either. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? At the end of the day, all of it is subjective, but it feels like you're supposed to. These grown ass people don't understand that.
and they're going too far. Like, you really
And
really should
even
stop.
if, okay, this is, let's say for the sake of the argument, he's this like intolerable asshole. Okay, the world's gonna have people like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just
Don't
what it
listen to
is.
them.
You're not gonna get rid of racism either way, because it's an ideology. It's not something like you could just destroy fully. It's, you discredit it and that's it. But if people want to be racist, they will be racist. If they want to be sexist, they will be sexist. It's more of like how you deal with that, and then how you educate the youth coming up, and that's it. I think that's the only thing you could really do about it.
But what's worse, somebody who is racist, or somebody who just thinks racist things? You know what I mean? Because you can be a good person,
I think
or you don't become a good person by just having good thoughts. You know what I mean? If I think a whole bunch of messed up stuff about trans and gay people, but I never say anything, am I a good person? No, I'm a piece of shit still. And that's
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to do. Trying to hide and mask these people. You're not even exposing somebody who's fucked up. Dave Chappelle is not one of those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know
he's
what I mean? As far
clever
as what
too.
he's
I'm sure.
saying.
I'm sure if he felt like what he was saying is fucked up, he wouldn't just say it. Because like
Yeah.
people are sneaky and shit, and there's a lot of closeted racists and shit like that.
They were waiting
But
for this moment. They were waiting for this special. No matter what he said, it was going to be taken, I don't know, I'll say out of context, but it was going to be scrutinized to this level. I'm sure they were waiting. Some group was waiting.
yeah, for sure. And perfect transition about. I mean, I guess you could say racism. Did you guys see the video of that teacher in California mocking Native Americans?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Dude, like, how many times have we seen stories like that about, just recently I read that there was like a teacher, I forgot in what state, but she told a Muslim student that we don't negotiate with terrorists. And like,
Wow.
but you know what I mean? There've been stories throughout the years where like teachers say some fucked up shit to black kids, to Asian kids, and
Yeah.
you're just like, But like, I don't understand. Do they not? Do they lose all like focus of the time period we live in or something? Because it feels like nowadays, especially with kids, everyone has a fucking cell phone. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Anything you do can be recorded. And when she was doing all that shit, I don't even think she was trying to hide it, to be honest. Like, but I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't think she was trying to be fucked up about it either. This is what I see from listen, this is what I see. I should see a teacher who was probably really trying to get these kids to learn and remember this shit because it was in a math class. It wasn't like social studies or history or
That's
anything like
fucking
that.
weird.
So I feel like she was just trying to like, get that what was Sokotoa, whatever she's trying to get that into their heads. Like, remember this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, and granted, she did a little too much. She went overboard, but I don't think there was any malicious making fun of in it. She was just like doing the stereotypical shit that's not cool to do anymore. But she wasn't trying to like spread hate
Yeah.
with
I
that.
don't
You
But
know
think.
what
what I
the hell
mean?
did you think you were doing, though? I mean, like,
But that's the thing.
you saw how she was running around, the shit she was saying, like she's making noises, wada, like who fucking does that shit? Like, are you fucking serious? Like,
Native
That's
American people do that shit. So
yeah,
you know
but at
what I
least,
mean?
if you're gonna at least like sit and try to make that lesson, try to learn some of their like, I don't know, their chants or some shit instead of fucking just running around,
Yeah, yelling shit. That's true.
yeah, like.
That's true. You're right. But
would it be looked on the same if she was doing like a uh like a stereotypical black thing, where she'd be like, "Yo, dog, this is something dog." You know what I'm trying to say? Like, would that be like more funny, or is this just plainly fucked up because this is like a marginalized group?
I can see the difference in that and how somebody would be upset if it was like a yo dog, we were doing the like you try like, what are you doing, lady? But I would, in the same token, I wouldn't be. I feel it would have the same effect if she was doing some like tribal African type thing, that she has a.
Wouldn't
Because I
be
feel like,
thinking that's weird.
yeah, I feel like people they have a further disconnect from that. Like my cat is trying to crawl on the table. Get back, bro. Come on. Yeah, I feel like there's a further disconnect from like that old time like tribal type of stuff. It's so old. Like when you try to do a stereotypical black thing or something like that, that's like today. That's current. So
Yeah, but it's
you know what
just
I mean. It was like I said, she was wrong for it,
I
definitely.
get
But
what you're saying. I get what you're saying because
no, there's nothing malicious behind it.
in
Nothing.
junior high, my math teacher, I forgot, I think it was algebra. I don't even remember what they teach over there, but she would do songs all the time about different shit because that's just you usually remember stuff when it's like a song. But like I said, I feel bad for her mainly because if she honestly isn't
Jump
like
on my tape. My bad. I'm sorry. My bad.
it's all good. If she's honestly not like a bigot person or whatever, then I just feel bad that she's just a little unaware that can get
How can
misled
you
by
be
media.
unaware? How can you be unaware in this day and age?
But that's the thing, like we
That
don't
type of
know.
stuff.
I mean, we don't know because she's older, obviously. I don't even know how old she is,
She
but
ain't that old. She
it,
look like she's around my age. She
I'm
knows.
trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know because at that point it's like, okay, so what are you doing? Are you trying not to work anymore? Because you're not a celebrity, right? Because
That's what I
celebrities is
wanted
like,
too. Did anyone read up on what happened to her afterwards?
no, I didn't see anything about.
To have her on leave or something like that. But the
Yeah, but
students are like upset that she's gone. Like, she's obviously a good teacher. They like her. Her class is entertaining. She went overboard trying to like make them remember this this math like what is it, analogy or
same
something like that.
cosine, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, she was trying to get them to remember it. I mean, like I said, she fucked up. I've had teachers like that are more animated. It's cool to be in their class. They'll keep you up more and keep So, and the kid who recorded it, he kind of worried about what's gonna happen to the teacher. Like, he don't want her to get fired. Like, So
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I just feel like, especially with the climate of today's media,
you need to know
big
better.
chance that's gonna get.
But that
Yeah,
comes back
I
to
don't know.
the
Well,
thing of being a good person or thinking good things or whatever. Like, just because she thinks she could have thought of that whole thing that earlier that morning or late, last night. It was like, you know what? I should do that for the kids. They're gonna remember it. Then, what her good side would have been like, no, you can't do that because the way society's gonna react to it. Does that make her any better?
I mean, the intent is what matters, on my opinion. So if her intention was honestly like, all right, how do I get these kids to remember this? What does it sound like? Okay, Soka Toa. Okay, Lewis and Clark's Native American. Let me try this thing. But if her shit was like, I'm gonna fucking make, because yeah, like I said, like you said, it's not a history thing. So I honestly think her like aim was to fucking get this in their head. And her approach was just fucking stupid. But
Her
Man,
approach is fucking. I don't like. It's ridiculous.
Hey,
I
I
don't know,
remember
dude.
Sokotoa now, bro.
Yeah, I actually forgot about her until I heard this bullshit. I was like, oh
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
knew it, so it doesn't
So,
matter.
hey, see,
She
you
led Lewis and
graduated.
Clark.
Yeah, yeah.
So what you're saying is she didn't even have to do all that because they'll forget
Nah,
anyway.
yeah, hey, man, that's 90% of school.
Oh my
Yeah,
god. Yeah, I mean, intention, but like I said, I feel like it's insane how toxic the media has become because it's fine to have people be toxic, but you have media to filter it, and it feels like that whole Facebook thing we talked about. It feels like they just amplify shit just to make it even worse, you know?
yeah, but it's really not that big a deal.
Maybe, but then okay, what if you're a Native American person watching that? Is that a different discussion now?
I'd fucking walk out.
Because I feel
Not
like
my
that's
shit.
different. I feel like because I'm such a goof and I think everything's funny, like I laughed at my father's, Jesus Christ, at my grandfather's funeral, and like I find shit funny. But then again, this isn't towards me. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing
Yeah,
like when white people are saying like, well, black people shouldn't be offended by it. It's like, but that's not towards
yeah,
you. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
You can't tell somebody what they can be
So
offended
I
by.
don't
Yeah,
know. I think it's important to see. But either way, I'm sure there's some Native American people who will be offended, some who won't, and at the end of the day, it's just gonna come down to interpretation, like whatever you think is right or wrong.
yeah, she shouldn't have been doing the stereotypical shit. It should have been a little more, like Vlad said, some of their actual chants or something that was just more, that just was just like straight cartoony
Yeah.
nonsense. So, but I think she just got carried away, a little overboard, trying to get the kids to remember stuff, and
I
you
just,
know,
yeah, I don't know. I sometimes remember how Disney used to have like a lot of racist shit, right?
yeah,
But well, we can't cancel them because well, they're different now. They've
yeah,
changed. You know what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah,
But
yeah,
because that's not a person, you can't hold them accountable like that. But
yeah.
when it's a person, it's like, nah.
Yeah, I kind of
I
feel
just feel
bad for
bad
the
for her.
teacher. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was saying. Yeah, just like, lady,
She's not gonna
can,
work, man, like for a
can we
while.
feel bad for the idiots sometimes? Like, come on. Like,
It's
I
just
feel like it's everybody's fault that they're idiots to a certain extent.
when you're a
So,
celebrity, it's like, okay, there's somebody out there who's gonna still support your craft or whatever. You could be R. Kelly and people still pump your music. But when you're a teacher and pretty much you're the talking point for a while and background checks and shit, it's gonna be really hard, man, to like
all them years of
convince them.
school wasted for her. Like, fuck, I went to school for all these years, and now I gotta work at Target. Fuck.
Imagine the next time she teaches math, she's gonna she's gonna start sweating and being like, all right guys, chill. We're gonna talk about so so oh my god.
Hey, she
Jesus.
better skip over it. Like I said, Vlad didn't remember. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Shit, not
She
even-
should invite Vlad to teach it.
Man,
Vlad would come in and be like, it doesn't fucking matter.
yeah.
You guys want to
What do
gamble?
schools tell you?
You guys want to gamble?
Yeah. Poor lady.
Yeah. Yo, explain me this whole thing with Kyrie, man.
Man, he doesn't want to get the vaccine. I don't know what ground he's trying to like, or what stance he's trying to make or point. Like I
Well,
understand.
he said
No,
that
no.
it's about personal choice. He's like, I'm not for vax, I'm not anti-vax. I just want this to be my personal choice and for it to be respected as that. And I mean, the NBA did respect it because I think the Nets made like a statement like
Well, then so what? They're gonna make him play with a
that they
fucking mask?
respect. No, they said that they respected his personal choice, but in the state of New York, you need to be vaccinated. So I feel like the hands are kind of tied.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't even
tough.
know if it's an NBA thing. I think it's just a law thing. I mean,
Yeah. He's trying to prove a point. I feel like he's trying to this guy. He's been on some weird stances throughout his career. Like he's one of those flat earthers.
I
And
know, but he's done a lot of good too. How many millions did he donate to the
oh yeah.
WNBA?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad guy or nothing like that. He just has this
Yeah, yeah.
like
But then imagine saying you can't play because you believe in flat Earth. You know what I mean?
yeah, but flat earth ain't gonna get people sick. That's
I
just
know.
like
I don't know. I feel bad because, like, I mean, obviously he's in a position where he could say that and, go against it.
I don't know, but if you believe in
'Cause I
flat
think
Earth,
he's
I don't think
financially
it matters
secure.
what you believe in.
Oh my god.
My dad believes in flat Earth, and that's an embarrassment to me.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
speaking of that, Dirt, when we were like younger, me and Vlad would be like watching conspiracy theories, right? And Vlad's dad walks in and he's like, "Why do you guys like listen to this bullshit?" And we're like, "Well, it might be interesting." He's like, "Look into how there's people living inside our Earth," and we're like, "Oh."
What? Where did you get that from?
But the way he came in, bro, wow, you guys listening to that garbage? And we're like, we know,
It's like,
we
you
know,
don't know the real
we
shit.
know.
We got
Yeah,
humans and
yeah.
dinosaurs living inside this bitch.
Yes. Yeah, but let me ask you guys, what if for real, in like 30 years, 100 years, it's a known fact that this bitch is flat chested and everything? What do we do?
Nothing. Keep living.
Revolution.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
wouldn't that be
Viva
crazy?
la revolution!
Like we've been fucking lied to this whole time.
Yeah, for like, for a long
But
time.
that's one of those things
Yeah,
like,
put that on the list, bro. Fuck.
but that's one of those things where it's like, it's the same thing as the living in a simulation shit. It's like, okay, and then what? Okay, this shit is flat. Okay, we're in a simulation. What then? What do you want me to do? I still have to fucking do shit.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
shit, I'm living in a pretty good goddamn simulation.
Yeah,
You're
this
like,
shit's
oh shit.
awesome.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh shit, this shit's flat? That's
Yeah.
crazy. I wonder what's at the end. Done.
Yeah.
But
Now
but
I'm
I
gonna
don't
think
know,
about
but I don't
McDonald's.
understand the flat earthers because it's just like you can buy a tool, aka a telescope, that literally shows you that, the things around us aren't.
Well, what if you're on a flat surface, right, and you look up, you're gonna see other shit, but it doesn't mean what you're standing on is fucking a triangle or a square or
But
whatever.
why does it that like apparently everything else is fucking
Round.
round, but we're flat all of a sudden? How does that make sense?
I don't know. I never looked into that, but I
Unless we
always thought it
delve
was
deeper, and that
interesting.
means Earth is a space prison.
I just think
Fuck.
space prison.
We're not ready
I'm
for
too
this.
high. I was
Maybe
too
it's
high
your
for that term right there. I was like, whoa, damn. Maybe it is.
what if it's your fucking aliens, Vlad? Huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. And then I'll
Got
be
us
open
captive
to it.
on this
Let's
piece
make
of
that
shit
shit
planet.
flat.
Yeah,
Now they can't get to Zargon.
we're stuck here forever. Fuck.
I don't know. The flat shit. I used to laugh at that a lot, but then I'm like, man, a lot of people believe in that shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, what if, bro? Like for real? Like what if? Like
It's because
all
you
of a
can
sudden.
make a lot of it sound logically like like it'll work. Like yeah, that sounds like it could be real or that it makes sense sometimes. So, but you can do that from a lot of things when you kind of science it up or whatever. But
Yeah,
I kind
yeah.
of hope it is flat. Fuck it.
I don't know. I just yeah, that'd be cool though. I think it's the fault of like the government did so much shit where they lied about stuff that they're just fueling this bullshit. At this point.
Yeah, giving people reasons to question shit.
Yeah,
But
9/11 and everything.
from Kyrie to flat Earth.
Yeah, that was real quick too. Fuck you. Oh my god.
Kyrie's a flat earther, man.
It's a great earth we live on, man. Until something
Flat,
bad happens.
whatever shape it is, huh?
It's a flat earth.
Damn.
Ooh,
Now
I
that
love
is
that.
something I can get behind.
Now my mind's
I
really
can't, dude. That shit would be a waste of height.
Damn. No jump.
So you guys heard about the Alec Baldwin shooting?
Wait.
Yep.
What
That's
do you
all
guys
that
think
everyone's
about
talking about at my work.
What do you guys think about that shit?
I mean, what? It's a tragedy. I don't understand how this isn't like the first time something like that's happened. I mean,
Brendan Lee.
It isn't actually. I think
Brendan Lee, Bruce Lee's
yeah,
son.
Bruce Lee's son, yeah, he got killed on set like that. Prop gun or something like that. Something
Yeah.
similar to it on set.
there
though.
was
That was
I forgot this other
Good
actor's
girl.
name, but he was like, he had a prop gun too, and he jokingly put it against his head and shot, and it killed him.
Right. I forgot who that is as well. Yeah, if it's weird because the whole Bruce Lee son shit. I heard there's like conspiracy theories that was like supposed to happen, but whatever. I don't know, man. I know that like there's supposed to be those people who check. You know what I mean?
The prop master.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know, like how a human error, I guess. But when it's something like that that could possibly harm or kill someone, you would assume there'll be like 20 people checking that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he needs to
And
be handled
hopefully,
with extreme care.
yeah, and
But then the
hopefully
bigger
they make
question is
some changes.
who gets penalized for this,
It
because
has to be the prop master.
yeah,
It
right.
has to be.
But then I'm reading this stupid shit where it's just, I sit and read in the news sometimes. So I'm reading stupid shit. Baldwin looking at possible manslaughter charges. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
That's
what are you talking
here's
about,
here's what
man?
I'll say. Here's what I'll say. I don't know. There's still, because it's ongoing. There's a lot of shit. What I'm saying is, if it was the responsibility of the prop master and he actually like looked and he was like, yeah, it's all good, and nobody like did anything, nobody changed nothing or whatever, it has to be the fucking prop master. Like, it obviously it's an accident, but the problem is like, you give an actor a gun and it's your responsibility to say that it's fucking is alive or not, and you shoot it and it kills someone. That is not your fucking fault. Like, you're not as an actor, you're not the specialist who, as far as we know, Alec Baldwin doesn't even know how the fuck a gun works. You know what I mean? How to check all
Yeah,
that shit.
not
I'm
his
just saying, like,
responsibility.
theoretically.
Yeah,
Yeah, theoretically. Like, all he knows is like, all right, fucking I'll pull the trigger. That's all I gotta do right here. And that's what he did, and fucking two people got caught by it, one person died. I think it would fuck him up. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you did kill that person, obviously not on purpose, and that's
yeah,
something he's gonna have to live with either
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Um, but I think somebody saying punish him, it's like, bro, like
What?
that's the same as like, I don't know, bro. Like, there's a set that's made, and then something on the set breaks and kills someone, and you're like, well, who's directing the movie?
Yeah,
It's like, bro,
Spielberg,
it's a
you're out of
little
here.
different, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I,
Yeah,
I get, like, I'm sure Alec Baldwin takes responsibility as a person, as a leader or whatever. Where, you could come out and be like, oh, I should have checked more. I should have done this, this, this. But it's not his fault.
nah, people are dumb who are trying to blame him for that. That's crazy. He,
Yeah.
You
what
know
the
why?
fuck?
Because that's a name, that's a person. We don't know who the
Yeah,
fucking problem
yeah,
answer is. That's not a known person. We don't fucking know. So it's like, yep. And the I mean, this is kind of the fault of people, the way we are wired. But when you're reading articles and shit, it's like Alec Baldwin misfired or whatever. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's so misleading, bro.
Headline
Like,
people, they read the
death on
headline.
the
Yeah,
set of Alec Baldwin's movie. Alec Baldwin fires a prop gun that kill.
yeah.
It's like, you know what I
And that's,
mean?
that's how people read. And did you hear Alec Baldwin kill somebody on set with a fake gun? And it just goes around. It's just that fucking circle of bullshit. But
I mean, what are the arguments, Vlad, that you heard at work about why the fuck he should
No,
be?
nobody's arguing. Everyone's just like, have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard? And just,
Yeah,
man, that's crazy.
yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
just
I'm so
crazy
bad
shit. I
for that
mean,
dude.
it's
Like,
just fucking. It sucks because I'm glad that that's not a thing that happens a lot in movies, but it has happened in the past,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
just one of those things where it's like there's very small room for error, like
yeah. With
because a
weapons, man.
person can
Yeah.
die,
I
and
just don't
that's
get
just
it though. I just don't understand how that shit happens.
me
It's,
neither. But I don't feel like
they're
I
saying he
looked
fired
into it
the
like that.
blanks. Well,
Yeah,
blanks are still bullets. They just don't have like the tip on it, which is the part that actually kills. Is supposed to kill, but you still can't die from the blanks. Like they're not. They're less lethal, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's what it was. Like that's what I was
yeah.
reading. I don't know if my info is correct, but yeah, it's basically prop guns are with blanks. Get the fire recoil, same effect, just without the tip of the bullet, which is the primary
I'll
use
tell
of.
you this: the guy
Just
that
the
killed
tip.
Brandon Lee, um, he didn't go to jail.
Hmm.
And he came out in an interview saying that
Yeah.
like that it's still one of those things that like fucks him up, like that's what happened. And I mean,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't know, just certain responsibilities people take. I don't know. I
yeah.
get it. I get the outrage, and I don't know. It's a fucking weird story because it's like you
I,
know you don't hear that much.
I remember I used to do like little bullshit, like don't want to call it security work on like sets of different shows or whatever, but this is when I was younger, and they used to always say "gun on the set" when there was just like a fake
Yeah,
gun. Like
yeah,
always, that's weird. I never like, all right, it's a fucking fake gun. My dumb ass would think, what the fuck? Who cares?
yeah,
But
yeah,
I,
yeah.
for a reason now looking back, it's like, oh, that's why they fucking said that because shit can happen. But I'm dumb over there. Like, what the fuck? God, who cares? It's a fucking toy. Do what you gotta do. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's when I was younger. I thought they used fake guns. You know what I mean? But it turns out they use fucking real ones. Like,
yeah, the
I
good
just thought
movies
they have
do.
like, yeah, I just thought that they have like these super realistic looking fake guns, but I guess not.
So Star Wars used real lightsabers? What? Real
Lightsaber on set.
What?
Lightsaber on set. um, Y'all wanted to ask you guys something. So, over the weekend, one of my friends, he was at like a bar, I think. Yeah, it's like a bar or whatever, and he was with our other friends, and some dude was like talking to my friend's friend and started kind of like not harassing him, but he was just kind of like annoying him. You know what I mean? So my friend stepped up and he was like, "Yo, man, like chill out." And then the guy goes like, "Well, you got something to say?" He's like, "Yeah, like leave my friend alone." And that guy punched my friend, right? Just like off the bat.
Yeah.
And they start fighting, and nobody stepped in from my friend's like circle, and I think that that's fucked up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's how it is.
But
But people start recording it or what?
I don't even know. I'm sure somebody did, but when I heard it, I was like, when he told me about it, I was like, nobody, like he just punched you. He's like, yeah, he just punched me. So we started fighting. I was like, and nobody like tried to do anything. He's like, nah, like nobody. I was like, I don't know, man. It's fucking.
You
I feel like
kids
that's
these
fucked up.
days. We would have
Like
tore that fucking bar up. Let a nigga punch
I
you,
can't
Vlad,
fight, but the thing
and I'm
is
somewhere
like,
around. I'm
if
punching bitches, everybody
yeah,
who ain't running. Out of
Yeah.
here. Shit is over with.
Yeah,
This whole
I
party
don't
shut
know.
down.
Yeah, I'd usually just fucking throw my goddamn body at somebody, just start
Yeah,
fronting
yeah.
at them. Like, what
it's
the hell
over.
you think you're doing? Yeah.
Yeah, party's
Even if
over
I
now.
get fucked up, at least I know that like I did what I think is right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's fucked up. And that
yeah,
reminds me, I wanted to talk about. I forgot about it too. This dude, apparently some guy on the train in Philly raped some woman for like 6 to 8 minutes, and nobody did anything. Nobody fucking.
oh, people recorded, right? Or some
Yeah,
shit
like
like that.
what the fuck? Like I
Dude,
mean,
I don't fucking know what's wrong with people, dude.
like everybody's outraged and everybody's so
I think
upset.
we're
People,
desensitized to shit.
nah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because people are so outraged about everything, but when some shit's happening right in front of you, you just stand there. But when it's online, you're just so upset about it. What the fuck? Like, come on, you got plenty of opportunity to knock this nigga's head off. Excuse my N word. I don't know.
Excuse my.
Yeah, but fuck that. You just knock this nigga's head off, or he's raping somebody for 6 to 8 minutes. Yeah,
That's
I'm sorry.
ridiculous.
I'm not a fucking superhero or anything. I would have tried to
I'm
fucking knock his head
fucking.
off. Hey, I would have started beating his ass and
I'm
expected
taking
people on the shit to start swinging too.
my
Like,
phone in my hand, and I start like like use it as like a breast knuckle or
I'm not
something.
gonna,
Just
yeah, what the
fucking
fuck? Like, what's wrong with people? That shit is so crazy. Like, once I realized
six
what was
to eight
happening, like,
minutes, and that's long as fuck when you're just
that's a
watching something.
that's a long time. That's a very long time for
Just
the
imagine
public.
for hearing
That's
someone
2 songs.
screaming, help,
If she's
asking for help.
yeah, and you're just right there, like, not my
That's like
business.
2 rock and roll songs and like 17 rap songs. That's fucking crazy.
Maybe that's her boyfriend. I don't know. Not my business. Like, what the
Yeah, but
fuck?
it's
Like, what? Yeah,
yeah.
come on.
Oh, dude, I don't know. Even if it's your fucking boyfriend, even if it's just people fucking on the train station, I'll be like,
Yeah, I'm gonna
"Yo,
knock. Yeah,
there's
yeah. Come
fucking
on,
kids
bro.
here and shit. What are you doing,
Yeah,
bro?"
yeah, exactly. Come on, I'm hitting. Even if it was consensual, I'm swinging on that dude. Get the fuck out of here. Put your fucking pants on, bro.
Dude, and you brought up a good like I want to just quickly put this in there because I was getting triggered yesterday. I told Vlad, bro. So I have a communications class, right, that I'm taking, and I come in late. Bro, this shit had me so fucking triggered. I came in late, right? And I see that the professor divided everyone into groups. There's the masculine group, the feminine group, and the non-binary group, right? So I'm confused what's happening. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll join the masculine group. I get in, and the dudes are talking about something. I'm like, yo, I got late. What are we doing? And the guys are like, oh, the professor divided people into groups, and we're supposed to come up with rules that we would have for the subway, like for the train stations and trains and shit. I was like regular rules that we'd want to change and shit. They're like, yeah. I'm like, what's the point of this? He's like, he wants to like compare and contrast how two different groups think, masculine and feminine. I was like, okay. So we start talking, and I was like, I don't know about you guys, but my biggest problem there, I don't know if you've ever been here, but the trains in New York are dirty as fuck, dude. It's the dirtiest shit you will ever fucking see. The MTA pulls millions of dollars every day. The services sucks, and it's fucking dirty. It smells. There's rats everywhere. It's fucking disgusting. So I told him, I was like, on my opinion, fucking they should do something about littering. Like, And the thing is like this whole assignment was weird as fuck because like are we talking about realistic rules or like I want everyone to be nice rules, you know what I mean? So we kind of established we're like, all right, we all know that like the common rule is like common decency, you know, be nice, don't start shit. Just I'm not gonna waste my breath explaining why people should be like, you know,
yeah.
respectable on a fucking train. So I'm talking about, you know, if there's something happening, cameras, cleaning, the services, the amount of money that is charged on the MTA. And I'm like, I think there should be a person who's responsible for keeping order in trains. Like have one guy that can be notified really quick or can look so there's no people putting shoes on shit and like fighting and all, you know, just like that's just what I think is common sense. So the professor pulls us out, right? We're all together now, and he goes, all right, the masculine group, what rules did you guys come up with? And you know, we were like, you know, we don't want people, you know, performers and shit shouldn't be putting their feet on the rails. There should be hand sanitizers everywhere because the so like hand sanitizers. Did I say sand sanitizer?
Tell stupidity rubs off. That's my
Dude.
fucking shit.
Dude,
It's funny. I just said that on purpose.
Dude, lost bite ear. Dude, hand sanitizers are like in every store, right? Even though you're not touching shit. But the train, the fucking train, where you're just always on the touching poles and shit, nothing. So we're talking about that. And then the girls, so the professor's like, all right, the feminine group. And the girls are like, no loud music. If you get on the train, don't smell. And I'm like, bro, okay, what they're just doing dumb like common shit. Like, first of all, you don't even know if you smell sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
you're in a public transportation. This is shit you got to deal with.
So they're like, you know, if someone is looking at you, avoid eye contact. I was like, okay. So then the professor, bro, makes this a gender thing. He goes, do you guys see how the males wanted this to be more policing and more of like enforcing rules, while the females wanted it to be like what you can do to make it better? I'm like, oh my fucking god, bro. I'm like, okay. Then he goes on to fucking start going, I'm gonna list a couple of different scenarios, and you guys just put an emoji in the chat if it relates to you. So he starts going, put an emoji down if you've ever shaved your legs because, and for not a sporting reason. Obviously, a bunch of girls were like, yeah. He goes, put an emoji down if you walked into a gym and people stared at you. So I put a fucking emoji down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's getting a little tilted by it. And he goes, put an emoji down if you put on makeup before. I put an emoji down because like I had a pimple at one point. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm gonna ruffle some feathers right now. That's what I would have been like. All right, yeah, I'm in too. Halloween, yeah, I'm doing all technicalities and everything.
So then he goes, okay, put an emoji down if you were your body weight has been commented on. I put an emoji down. He's like, put an emoji down if like you had someone comment on what you're eating. I put an emoji down. And he at the end goes, so there's obviously a small amount of people who, you know, who these categories apply to, but mainly it's females. And I'm like, okay, dude, ask which girl put a condom on her dick. Like what?
Yeah, like really, you're just fucking trying to. He was trying.
I was like, why do you make this a fucking gender thing? Like, ask. Okay, I've never put on a bra before. What does that mean?
Yeah. So what? And if a guy did, what's wrong? What's wrong with that, huh?
I don't know, dude. But I was getting so fucking tilted. And dude, if I was any fucking smarter, and if I was any like, or if I was in the class earlier, I would have joined the female side, and I would have been like, yo, what up? What are we talking about?
What up, bitches?
I would have been like, can't put out your dick on the subway, like, and scratch your ass, like, oh, dude, I would have. Dude, I would have been like, can't wipe shit on the fucking seat. Like,
yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, I would have I would have fucked up his whole initiative, bro, because he would have been like, okay.
Yeah, I wonder what his goal was. Like, what was he trying to
just
explain to his fucking wife at the end of the day?
Dude, he just wanted to show that there's gender norms, which is one of those things like I think any fucking common sense person knows that there are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there are, and that's not. I mean, whatever your opinion is, but yeah, I just want to get that out there because I was so fucking triggered. I really wanted to say something to him, but I'm like, fuck it, I'll just keep fucking with him, and I just keep putting emojis down. Told him I shaved my legs for fun one time to see how it is. He kind of was like, okay,
Just to
yeah,
throw a wrench in his little plan or whatever his plan was.
yeah. Anyway, so curious about this one. Because it's Halloween, it's the last fucking podcast we do for October. 4 podcasts, so we did a full month, you guys. So
Good,
that's
congratulations.
good. Yeah.
We deserve a trophy.
No, hey, speaking of trophy, almost platinum. Far Cry 6.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my
Game
50th
sucks.
platinum. Sony fucking pieces
They
of
owe,
shit. They don't.
yeah, they owe you something.
I fucking tweeted them. They didn't. They didn't fucking
They got
respond.
lazy with Far Cry. Fuck that shit.
No, this one's actually pretty good.
Nah, man. I'm talking about all those details, all that shit that was back then. Far Cry 2 and Far Cry 3.
I don't know, man. You should see reviews for Far Cry 6. Anyway, so due to it being the last episode of spooky season, I want to know if you guys have any creepy stories or I don't know, something weird happened that you can't explain or something even if you can't explain it just freaked you out at some point. I don't know.
I got well, not really a story, but I remember back my friend's house. We saw they used to all say it was haunted. We used to see shit. I never would see shit, but there was a certain position that you would sit that would kind of angle you down this hallway, and whenever I would sit there, I would get the weirdest feeling. I cannot explain it. And I'm not really like the biggest like ghost shit kind of guy or whatever, but I would tell people like, dude, I just don't want to sit here. Like, no, you seen ghosts? I'm like, I haven't seen shit, but for some reason, I don't know.
My dick feels weird on the chair.
Yeah, something's weird is going. Like I don't know. Just can't explain it. And that shit was always just spooky. And then when I would walk down that hallway, because that's the way we would go to get out of
Yeah.
his house, I would just fucking close my eyes and just walk straight through. Like I don't know, because I would just feel this fucking uneasy feeling.
Presence.
Yeah, it's just so weird.
Presence.
And then as soon as I got outside, I was cool. Like, but or if I didn't sit in that seat that was kind of pointed that way, I was cool. But if I sat right there, anytime I walked through that hall, I was like, oh man, like it's just like I just can't explain it. Like we felt like somebody was there, or you were being watched, or just something. It was weird. So yeah, that house has been torn down since then.
Yeah. I have something to say about that. What about you, Vlad? You have
I
anything?
guess what I could say is that weird apartment in Luby's. Remember at his mom's place, there was that weird apartment that nobody lived in, but we heard a lot of shit going on in there. Of course, you don't remember?
I think I do.
Right next to his door. It was right next to his door. It was that weird ass
Oh
apartment.
yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah,
nobody
yeah,
who
yeah,
lived in there,
yeah.
but we always heard
Yep.
something going on in there. One time we
Yeah.
we took a few steps in there to check it out.
We broke and entering, bro. We fucking opened an apartment door, and it was all like there. It was like a hallway that was completely barricaded with like garbage. I mean, it was just garbage and planks and everything. And then if you go further down the hallway, you see like light. You see like light from a room, which looked fucking weird as shit. And I remember, and we were at that age where we were like, I'm not fucking scared, but it's like, all right, you go first. No, you go first. Like it was like that, and we never fully went inside because it was just really scary.
Man,
Yeah.
sounds terrible. Probably somebody died in there or something. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they changed it after a while, but I also remember that day. Yeah, Vlad. I don't know. My thing is like, what I've never experienced any ghosts or anything that I can't really explain because I feel like I've always said if I see a ghost or a spirit or something, I will believe in God fully and I will go to church and all that shit, you know?
If you see a ghost fully, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try to talk to the ghost. That's my thing. Hey, what are you doing here, bro?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Who
Some
hurt
of the
you?
creep. Why are you here, my guy? Some of the creepiest stuff that happened to me. I don't even know, man. Something I can't explain. I had one time. I was with my friend. We were at his house, and I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like some crackhead or something. But actually, no. You know what? Better story. We were in California, It was me, Vlad, and two of our friends. And Vlad was in one room. I was in the living room. And the Airbnb that we got was on the second floor, right? So there's a balcony, and the balcony is covered like there's curtains that cover the balcony windows.
Mhm.
And I'm sleeping. My guy, I hear a knock on the window. My dog, I get up and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was a knock, like, and it wasn't like, oh, I heard something. It was a fucking knock. So I'm like, bro, there's somebody on the other side of that fucking window, dog. So I just rush into Vlad's room, and I was trying to, cause Vlad's room had another window, and I was trying to get on that window to look, to see if I could see anybody. There was nobody there, you know.
Mm.
So I don't know, man. I had a couple of
What state was this in?
California. It was the second time we saw you, actually.
Yeah, I remember that shit. You were like, and
We
it was
got a
weird.
homeless
Yeah, it was
problem.
weird where a window was because it was like in this little driveway. So it's just weird that somebody was walking around there.
No, we got a bad homeless problem. That could have been any number of
That's still horrible, even if it's a homeless person.
yeah. There's plenty of videos of homeless people just at somebody's house, like just looking through the window, trying to get
Oh
in.
my fucking god, dude!
It's like, what the fuck, yeah. Everybody has those like door cameras or whatever, the doorbell cams.
I'll tell you a couple other scary things that I've experienced that were really weird. So one time I was so I had a dog of like, it was a boxer dog. It was like one of those huge dogs, in Ukraine, and she passed away. She was like 17 or 18, and I remember one time I came to visit my grandma in the summer, and this was when the dog was already, she already died. And in the morning, I had like weird ear pain. I was like 14, and like my ear really hurt. So my grandma got up and went to the pharmacy to get some like pills or whatever, or like ear drops, whatever. So I'm laying down, just waiting for her to come back, and I hear in the kitchen like what sounds like a dog's nails on like the wooden floor. And I remember this because my dog used to be always in the kitchen, and you would always hear her moving around because you hear like the little like,
yeah, clawing sound.
yeah. And I remember I heard that, and it was so distinct that like I got up to check because I was like, what the fuck? Walked into the kitchen, there was nobody there, nothing there. I was like, huh, that's weird. But it's one of those things where I feel like I just heard something, and that's all it is. I don't know.
No, that was the ghost dog, bro.
You guys ever
Vlad,
seen like silhouettes?
Hell no, dude.
Silhouettes are fucking terrifying, man.
Like
I
what?
remember
Silhouette of a person?
or something. I mean, I remember. I guess this is really the scariest story I ever did have. It was the first day I got my cat Mootsie. You came Constantine to my house. We were kids, came to sleep over, and we're all sleeping in my dad's bed. And I woke up in the middle of the night, and I felt something off. Like I just felt really weird. Obviously, I don't know if it was a dream or not, but it felt really real. Because I remember I got up to go to the bathroom and shit. But I wake up and I checked that it's like middle of the night where my dad's time was, and we're all asleep. Everybody's sleeping besides me at this point, and I felt so fucking weird. I just felt so weird. I felt like there was something watching me, and as I look up right next to my dad's bed, maybe like 6 feet away from me, was like the silhouette of like a grudge kind of, and I was just like,
God.
I was just fucking shitting myself. I was sitting there and I see that I was trying to wake up Constantine and then my dad. I remember I was trying to like nudge Constantine. He wasn't waking up, so I started trying to nudge my father. He wasn't waking up. So yeah, I was fucking terrified. But
I don't know how you didn't use your sleep paralysis as a fucking example. I've never had sleep paralysis. That
Oh
shit
my God,
scares
it's
the
because that was
living
definitely a
fucking
dream. Well, because that was definitely
How
a
do you
dream.
know though?
What do you mean?
You said that you went to your dad and you were waking him up. Well, his eyes were open, but he was also experiencing sleep paralysis.
Right, but the science behind that is that you're awake but you're asleep. Like
But isn't
you had
that fucked?
It's the
Yeah,
worst
but-
thing ever. I pray every time I go to sleep. It doesn't happen.
I've
to me.
never had that because
my God,
everything
that's
that
horrible.
I hear people like, yeah, I saw some bitch like moving across the hall. I'm like, what? My other friend was like, yeah, I saw like little gnomes, like creepy gnomes. I'm like, dude, I'm going to fucking church the day I wake up. I'm like, what do you mean you see
I've
shit
never
like
really
that?
seen shit, but it just sucks when you can't get up, and then when you do get up, you're still
That's
in a
scary.
dream. It's like,
Oh
oh fuck,
fuck.
you gotta like fight to get up. You gotta like just like jerk yourself out of it.
I'll
Pause.
tell you. I'll tell you this, dude. This past night, like today, I went to bed at like almost 1, and I had some scary dream, but I don't remember what it was. But I remember I wake up and I look at my phone. I'm like, what time is it? And it's only 2 o'clock. While it felt like I was in that dream for like hours. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
one of those things where like I'm not really afraid of this shit anymore because I hate my life. But I like if I have like a scary dream or something, I still get kind of like scared. You know what I mean? That like weird feeling you get, like uneasy feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That shit's weird, but I don't know. Do you guys believe in ghosts?
I think I do.
I think I do also.
I think I
How?
do. I think
How
I do.
without seeing it or like
You know what? You know what? This is a story. This is definitely a story that probably is where I got convinced ghosts are real. This is also with my cat, but you remember my father was talking about the Dumbo voice. So basically
spirit of
what
the
that is,
house?
yeah, spirit of the house. So basically my father was talking about the spirit of the house shit to Constantine's father. And it's this superstition that they believe in, that there's this house spirit and all this stuff. And I was very skeptical of it. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Blah blah blah. A few days pass, and I wake up in the middle of the night, and I'm looking down my father. I hear this creak down where my father's door is, and my apartment's very creaky. So I hear this creak, and I think to myself that it's like, it opens up a little bit. It's enough for a cat to fit through. So I'm thinking it's my cat, and it's going through the floor, and it's going very quietly. It's going eh, it's creak by creak, but it was so slowly.
Footsteps.
So I'm
Footsteps.
sitting there thinking, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, holy shit, why is my cat taking such a fucking long time to get here? So like I pick my head up and I'm trying to look for my cat, like telling him, what the fuck are you doing? And then while I'm like listening to this creaks, I'm like, I don't see anything. And then all of a sudden a head pops up near me and it's my cat. Was sleeping with me on the bed this whole time. And I didn't even notice. And he looks up and he's watching the creaks too. He
Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
watching it, and then he tracks it all the way, passes my bed, it goes around my bed, and goes to the kitchen. And when I went to the
Fuck.
kitchen, he looked at the kitchen for like a few more seconds, and then he just turned around and went back to sleep.
Fuck. Yeah.
I think that's when I started believing in spirits.
Because they say animals can see them. I would get freaked out about this cat all the time. Like, what the fuck are you looking at? Tell me
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Dude,
I'm doing that shit.
I'll tell you this, dude. When I was younger, I think till I was like maybe 15, 14, I was like, I would say chronically scared as shit because I couldn't function because of my fear. So if I was, for example, sick, right, and my parents would let me stay home from school, I would be too afraid to even go to the bathroom because I would be afraid of being home alone. So what I would do is I would pick up my cat and I would toss him into the bathroom and wait for him to come out to know that it's safe.
Terrible.
And then the worst part would be I would be, when you're sick and all you want to do is fucking sleep because you're just weak and shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that because I would be afraid of falling asleep and not knowing what's happening. So I would sometimes lay down and my cat would be sitting in front of me and he just starts looking into the hallway somewhere. I'm like, bro, come on. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, that's
But the thing about what I was saying, the spirit of the house, I don't know. As far as I know, there's no like American version of that. It's a Slavic thing. A lot of people in like Slavic countries believe that there's a spirit that the house has, and it could be a good spirit or a bad one. And usually, if you treat it well, it will protect the house. But to treat it well, you have to like feed it sometimes, communicate with it. So my parents also claimed that they had this when they were living over there, and they would tell me how they would hear him play with curtains, run around, turn shit on, lights. I'm like, bro, if I was 22, 23, and I saw that shit, are you out of your fucking mind?
Hey, man.
But the
I
way they
follow
talked about it
priests.
was like, yeah, he would just run around. We gave him food. I'm like, what the fuck? You're feeding a demon? Why would you do that? Like, what the fuck?
Gotta stay on good terms.
Dude, I don't know, but that's the kind of stuff. I don't know. I think it's a very interesting link between people who like are spiritual, where they believe in a lot of shit, and for some reason, you know, they see ghosts, they feel presence. And then there's people like me who don't believe in that shit at all and don't almost never have any kind of, experience with that. So,
Yeah.
and I think it's a little weird that in order for you to experience it, you have to believe it, because that way you're just prone to fucking believing bullshit. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion on it.
Yeah, I think that's very valid. That's why I kind of believe, so I kind of think I might have seen things, you know what I mean? But if I'm sure if somebody who's fully like, yeah, ghosts are real, they've been here, I've been touched, I've been fucking, yeah, all right, then.
What about your kids? Do they ever like say anything? Are they scared of anything? I don't know.
Nah, my kids are scared of the dark, pretty much. Well, the
But
little
that's a
one,
normal, like,
yeah,
fucking,
like,
obviously.
I'm like, ain't shit in here. I used to tell my oldest son, look, if you get out this bed, I'm gonna beat your ass. You better take your chances with the ghost. You ever seen a ghost in here? He's like, okay then. You taking your chance on this ghost or me? Because I'm 100% gonna beat your ass if you get out
I'm
the bed
here
again.
for sure.
I'm out here for real. Like this ghost, you just take your chance with this mystery thing that you think is in here. There ain't nothing in here. Trust me. Yeah,
Dude, my dad used to say similar shit. My dad would come home, like, no, my dad would be drunk, right? And he would like lay down next to me, and because I'll be afraid to fall asleep, and he'd be like, look, he's like, if there's a spirit in here, or if there's like an intruder, he's like, I'll beat his fucking ass. So I was like, bro, you're not fighting a ghost, dude. Like, you're not. Oh my god, but that's, yeah, something I always thought of, like, if I ever have kids and my kids are like, oh, I was playing with this guy. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And it's like, the guy who's in the living room. I would have been like, oh, you're fucking crazy. I'm like,
Trying to get rid of you.
yeah, it's like, well,
Yep. Trying to adoption agency. Put them in a little box, put them on a doorstep. You know.
like what you did with the cat.
I have no recollection of anything that you were talking about.
Okay. Okay, so I don't know, anyone has any more shit to add or to say?
Nah,
That's about it for my
me.
spooky self.
Now I'm home alone, all scared and high and shit. Thanks.
Oh, dude, I used to love watching scary movies, and then I would like be home alone and be like, fuck, why'd I do that shit?
All
But
freaked
I don't
out
know.
and shit.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna close it out for episode 4. That was not supposed to be racist. And happy Halloween, everybody celebrating it. And you guys got anything to say on the farewell?
Air dirt on everything. Hit me up. Get beat up on Street Fighter. Like I always say.
Oh my
on,
god.
on
Going
everything.
to school, get drugs, kids.
And if you wanna take any advice on being abused, Vlad has a lot of valuable information on that.
Right.
So
have to
as
hit him up.
always, your host with the most, signing out. Goodbye.
Peace.